Hello, Rita Lehman with My Mother's Music, playing my mother's records on my mother's gramophone. And in the collection, we've had about over 20 records now. And we've had one female singing group, the Andrews Sisters, very well known, especially in the wartime. I found another record by a female group called the Boswell Sisters. I didn't think I'd heard of them, and I listened to the record and I assumed that they were a group of black female singers. But then it was quite interesting because I looked them up, and indeed they were not black, but they came from New Orleans, and their music was very influenced by their surroundings, and that was hardly surprising. And in fact, their vocal style was, as a quote here, a milestone in vocal jazz. There was Martha, Connie and Helvetia, it's an unusual name, and she was called Vet. They moved from New Orleans. I think they moved over to the west coast, and they were very big in the early 30s. They were formed at the beginning of the 30s, but by 1936 they split up. And I found this record, and this is called If I Had $1 Million, and it comes from a film called Transatlantic Merry-Go-Round, which I think was about 1934. And I thought, well, my mother was 14 in 1934, and I don't think she was buying records, but I do wonder whether her older sister was, and she had a sister 5 years older, and that would make sense, wouldn't it? And her sister's name was Rita. So there we are. It was Rita and Brenda Russ, and I wonder whether Rita had the records first, and then my mother carried on listening to them. Anyway, let's listen to the Boswell Sisters with Jimmy Greer and his orchestra, If I Had $1 Million. And we can just think about what we would do if we had.
If I had $1 million, I know just what I would do. I'd tie a string around the world and bring all of it to you. Those little things you pray for, whatever they may be, I have enough to pay for them all. C.O.D. If I spent $1 million, I know I would never care, because as long as you were mine, I'd still be a millionaire. That's why I'm always dreaming of what I would do if I had $1 million for you. If I had $1 million, I know just what I would do. I would tie a string around the world and bring out of it to you. Those little things you pray for, whatever they may be, I'd have enough to pay for. I'd have enough to pay for them all. C.O.D. If I spent $1 million, I know I would never care, because as long as you were mine, I'd still be a millionaire. That's why I'm always dreaming
very distinctive style, and it won't surprise anyone when they said that I read that their style influenced the Andrews Sisters and other female singing groups to come. But there's another interesting thing about this record. It's on Brunswick. As I say, it's about 1934, and if I turn it over, the title of the other side is Rock and Roll. Interesting, isn't it? That also comes from the same film, and we will listen to that on another occasion. But rock and roll, you'd think, 1950s, maybe connected with the jive, 1940s. But no, a record called Rock and Roll issued in 1934. Anyway, thank you for listening this time, and goodbye.